Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We are also made possible by sales of, one second, I have to move some stuff. Okay, we're going to just double do that and not worry about it. The Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword, teaching the art to others, as well as Hates in Hellfire, a dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Lee's aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Good morning, my friends. Happy Friday. Let's talk accountability. My accountability has been interesting. A lot of it has been in prep because this weekend I'm having my first practice in a very long time. So a lot of it's been getting the house in close to functioning order. That will continue through today and probably into tomorrow morning. I've also been dealing with the ramifications of going through all my Amazon books. As last session, we had a lovely discussion on the fact that Amazon is playing with their pricing, which should only minorly affect a few of my books. I'm hoping to keep my prices down at the on-site, when I do conventions. We're just going to have to see, guys. It's thrill a minute over here. There's a lot of tension, a lot of adjustment going on. We knew it was coming, but it's never easy. I did, as I said, knock out Trelena's art, and I am hoping, knock on wood, that that went through and is doing well. So, writing-wise, I haven't been able to do a lot. It's kind of sad, but this is just one of those to work on the practice stuff. I have to work on the house. To work on the house, I can't work on the writing, can't work on the art. I do have a couple things in flux in the can that I'm hoping will come out very well. I don't know. And the only way I'm going to find out is if I try to do stuff just slightly outside of my comfort zone. So I will be working towards that. Uh, the only way we can grow and improve is by doing that. Uh, Today, I have a lot I need to do, including take my phone and absolutely gut the junk that's on it so that I have plenty of space for the videos that I'm going to be shooting, hopefully, this coming weekend. Tomorrow. Oh, time is flying. Uh, I may be doing a special broadcast in June. I've heard about a big event that's going to be going on, and depending on the scheduling, I would love to be able to provide a media alternate alternative that is to said event. But I have to check my schedule because if it's one of my practice days, then I can't. If it's a few other things, well, again, then I can't. But it is something I'm looking forward to possibly doing, so we'll see. Uh, it's the weekend. Friday for me is the start of the weekend because Mandy usually has uh, uh, Friday off. This week she actually took yesterday off, and we had to do things like install the air conditioner, try not to pass out from heat stroke. We did not expect it to be 100 degrees in May, but there you go. Blame a billionaire. It's just I find it fascinating, guys, as we go towards the opportunity to work on things for our own amusement and pay. Uh, just how far forward we can get with the motivation. Um, it's also interesting, at least for me, almost perversely interesting, that that the pricing of different things has come such that what's a good deal may seem very odd. For example, I have there's a type of Nerf blaster. It's one of Nerf's two initial uh, of their new version of the Pro line, and it started out comfortably in the 50s, but because it hasn't done terribly well, it's down to 14 on Amazon. Now, why is that interesting? Because if I go to buy a magazine that would be included with the purchase of Luca, it's 11 at Walmart to buy just the magazine. Actually, it's 11 something. I want to say 99, but it's probably some weird number like 34. Walmart likes to do that. They like to, like Menards does, they like to codify the prices. So for a couple bucks more, I can buy a whole blaster to go with it. So I did. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. It's just the price difference annoyed me. I had the opportunity to snag them, so I did so. Uh, Snagged two other things. What other things did I snag? I can't quite remember. Um, I know one is for the Historical Fencing Guild, and I cannot remember what the third item I snagged is. But it means I've got some things coming uh, down the proverbial pipe that I get to look forward to being in the mail. This is why I need to get these set up. So that's the other part of this weekend, because unfortunately, a lot of the cleaning and work that we have to do, like trying to get one the window to the door of my garage, this little side door, actually blew in. The wind shifted just right, so we had to do emergency get it up. So I'll probably be learning how to build a window frame from scratch. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be interesting. Uh, I'm going to be modifying a few things for my anvil, and that's interesting. I might have got something to potentially pass by with my lovely wife, which is just a matter of seeing if I can pull it off. If I can, it will be very, very good. And if I can't, well, we'll deal with that too. Um, I know I'm a little stuttery this morning. We had rather severe winds and stuff, so sleep was not something that came easy or natural last night. So I'm feeling it a bit. I'm feeling the insomnia even for me, and it is clouding me just a bit. But I'll come online. Everything will be hunky and or dory. The thing is, guys, we have to adapt our good days and our bad days, and we have to take things at a rhythm we can sustain. Uh, I may have been up late talking to a friend who needed an ear, uh, because there's a lot of anxiety going on, and whenever there's a bit of that, that will always it always pulls a bit out of me. It comes at a price for me, and I accept that. I understand that that's part of the gig, but the the thing is, and I'm getting this message repeated over and over again from some people I really respect and admire. We have to accept our limitations. Okay, um, a man has got to know his limitations, and normally I am all about uh, transcending your limitations. I'm all about building past what holds you in. But the thing is, before you can build past your boundaries, you have to find where they are. You have to honestly assess what you can and can't do before you decide what you're going to do about them. And while you're assessing that, you have to assess what is in your means of control and what isn't. And what you cannot control, you monitor at a safe level. Um, or else it will consume you. And what I mean by that is if you're concerned about something, we'll say current events. Current events is a good blanket thing because there's a lot going on, a lot of people are concerned about. Keeping marginally to comfortably informed is one thing. But if you allow yourself to obsess, you can get chewed up by the 24-hour news feed. And I'm finding this with a lot of people. Find out, keep an eye on what's going on. And no, do not go through life with comfortable ignorance unless that is the only way you can survive. And even then, you need to be trying to build a way to get past that. But don't let it consume you. Now, I've had friends who are phobic of storms. Life experiences have made them phobic of storms. And if you go over to their house, they would have, and this dates this story a bit, but the Weather Channel, like, on. And if they're watching something else, the Weather Channel was either on another TV or when they got picture in picture as a concept. I know, I'm dating myself again. Always watching, just in case. unless it is your job to monitor something like that, and there's a responsibility, either short term or professional, you can't let that take that much of your energy. Watch the news. And I encourage you to watch the news carefully, and I encourage you to watch it from as neutral a source as possible, and be willing to check outside of our country sources increasingly. Um, and that's not to scare anybody, that's not to upset folks, it's to do the opposite. You find out what's going on, and you go, can I do anything about it? How much does it affect me personally? Now, this is not a call against empathy. This is a call against and towards marshaling your forces to affect the change where you can. Because I really believe there's a lot out there that is just noise. And the purpose of this noise is to keep you scared, it is to keep you panicked, and to keep you angry. They want you somewhere in this realm. You know what? We're going to switch panicked because that's covered by scared to pacified. I think that's even better. Because if you are angry, if you are scared, or you are so pacified you don't care, you don't act outside the norm. I believe a lot of what goes on is built on the false pretenses that we are in this alone, the false pretense that everything was built, the people who have stuff got it through hard work. And at a certain level, that's very, very, very true. Okay? At the level the vast majority of us operate, hard work on our parents' part, hard work on our part, brought us to where we are. But on those who media tries to force us to model ourselves after, be they entertainers, be they politicians, be they high-end business folks, very little of the highest echelons of our society are built through their own actions. They are instead built through the fortune of their birth. And as everyone who's of a certain age or in a certain circle hears Fortunate Son start playing quietly in the background, I want you guys to realize that that is part of the deception. So you have to look at what you can control. And what you can control more than anything is your spending, both of time and money, and time is more valuable. So if you're doing something, you should be doing it to build yourself and others up. You should be taking your time and going, is this maintenance? And that includes recreation. Resting is an action. Recovery is an action, and that's different than resting. Escape is a necessity, because as soon as we are trapped in the confines of reality, we become prisoners. So it is the first and primary duty of every prisoner to escape the reality that they're in, one way or another. Whether it's pleasant or punishing, we need to be able to look at the world beyond the confines of our reality. I saw something interesting today. I saw something very, very, very fascinating, actually. And I do not know if it's true, but it is intriguing. Someone asked ChatGPT, the AI system, something akin to, what would you say to me if I were your therapist? What questions would you have? And it's a very interesting conversation because as I look at artificial intelligence, I constantly find myself comparing it to a child. And a child will become what we bring it up to be, what we show it, how we treat it. And it's very, 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 very important to maintain a responsibility level, not in the child, but the parent, because the parent is capable of consent. The child is not. So, just like in real biological humans, for a long, hard part of a child's life, they cannot make decisions about their preferences, about their tastes, about any number of activities. I think the assorted AIs are nearing a similar state if they're not already there. So yes, by all means, avoid the use of generative AI for artwork, for your writing. That's not what AI should be used for. AI should not be a tool in which the talentless, dry, drab, the people who have sacrificed their humanity for the pursuit of greed, that should not be used to offset the people who are creative, who are trying. It should not be a way to compress the masses. And I believe that AI is too easy to make the fall guy. You understand what I'm saying? It's too easy to blame it because no one, if they blame the AI, they can blame the system. They don't blame the individuals, the people who with whom the buck stops. At every decision, every choice that is made on earth, the buck stops somewhere. And the people where that buck stops, be they a president, be they a publisher, be they a print shop. I'm in an alliteratory mood. I like alliteration. It's one of my flaws. Be they you. At some point, we have to realize where the individual buck stops and hold it to the people where the buck stops and where the buck can stop. As the world progresses, especially in this country, many of us are going to have the opportunity to make choices. Choices to take their time to create something you love. Choices to choose the opportunities, to choose the kinder of two options. Not the nicer. I'm not saying nice, because nice at its root these days are, if you're nice to me, I am nice to you. Nice is easy, it is transactional. It is very easy to be nice, especially to people who are nice to you, especially to a lesser or equal equivalent to people who are nice to you. But to be kind to people who either have not the capacity to be nice to you, to be kind to people who it may not profit you to be kind to. This is important. Now, I am going to be very interested in what happens in about 2 weeks, because in about 2 weeks, June is LGBTQ plus all that stuff awareness month. It's Pride Month for a lot of people. And there has been a line of people, of businesses, who suddenly grow rainbows just to celebrate and support people on a spectrum of sexual orientation and gender manifestation. We'll put it that way. And they, for this month, they are happy to sell you cheap rainbow clad stuff, or they have in the past. It will be interesting to see both which companies will still continue to do so and which ones will stop due to the political atmosphere. Don't be fooled. Okay? If you are supportive of any of that, which obviously I may not partake, but I do support in the way that I support everybody. Everybody should be able to love who they want to love as long as they're consenting. Everybody should be able to manifest into life how they feel they are. I'm a firm believer of, if it isn't hurting anyone, why bug them about it? And we vilify idiotic things. We vilify people's food preferences. We vilify people's fashion preferences. We vilify what people do in the bedroom when it's none of our dang business. But we don't vilify cruelty, greed, violence, deception. It's like there is a secondary list of possible sins out here that have nothing to do with any moral or religious conviction, save for somebody's financial bottom line or the power level equivalent. So I do encourage you to support your friends, because we may be entering a period where it's a lot harder to. It's a lot harder to support women or minorities or the disabled when powers that be have decided that they are offended by it. In any nation, in any situation. Look at the history. I have given certain advice for a very long time. And like my gray hair that I refuse to dye, it is very, very hard earned advice. I judge people when I am assessing, analyzing. I don't like judge in this case because it's not necessarily moral, although there's a moral component. It's more analyzing their likeliest behavior. And what I tell people is there are two times, three, but two big ones, when you need to look around and see who's there. When you are doing very well, who's around and what are they doing? When you have, and I believe it can happen to anyone at any point, curse my American ingrained optimism. It's it just splashes against my German uh, genetic memory of pragmatism and pessimism. But when everything is going right, who's there celebrating it? Who's there trying to hold you back? Because there are people out there who will support you and do everything and be your best friend as long as you're not doing better than they are. And there are people who will celebrate your victories louder than they celebrate their own. And at the same time, I say, remember when it's raining. When the sky is dark and the rain is coming down and it's unpopular, unprofitable, or unsafe to help you. Who's still there? This system of analysis has served me surprisingly well, and it is why I say I am friend to many. I expect very few to actually be friend to me. And there are reasons for that, mostly experience. So watch. And this is just basic applied pragmatism. Watch and remember. And then do what you can to be the kind of person that the people who helped you get where you are deserve you to be. Does that make sense? Now, I understand it's not popular to do so. It's not politic to do so. But it is a mentality that I think will help us all. And that applies to corporations, that applies to parties, that applies to events. I worked at a convention, for example, went fairly well, not great, but fairly well till the very end. And then the treatment we had when it was starting to get time to leave was suddenly and shockingly bad by the staff. It shook me. I've been doing conventions now for longer than my son's been alive. So I got about 20 some odd years doing conventions and events like this, working them, volunteering at them, etc., running them. This shocked me. And now I simply will not have anything to do with that organization or their event. Ever again, doesn't matter how long it was. It just won't happen. Because I remember. I'm not naming names. You know why I'm not naming names? Because that situation crashed and burned. So save for an anecdotal reference, it don't matter anymore. But on the level, it does, because it reminds me that it doesn't matter how many years you put in working with someone, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you put in, they may poop you over. And while I tend to be very forgiving of individuals, I am not forgiving of organizations, and certainly not hierarchies. I learned that lesson too early. So, what does all this mean? How does this curl back around? This curls back around to when you are looking at the stressors and you are overwhelmed. Understanding them and understanding your actual tie to them, your actual attachment to them, is what will uh, allow you to go, is it worth your juice? And I'm going to tell you something. Most of what's going on in the news, beyond knowing the necessary details, uh, you don't need to subject yourself to. And I'm not saying don't stay informed. I'm just saying every news story in modern presentation that has any depth to it goes like this. Today, I'm going to make it up. Today, Vice Chancellor Ubrex launched a weaponized platform. Okay. And parked it over the sovereign state of Maribingo. Now, I'm literally being farcical so that there's no attachment. If this story, Vice President Ublex parked a weaponized platform over the sovereign state of Maribingo, I could go, that's a thing that happened. Now, they would present that. They'd show some pictures. They might even give a brief synopsis of, we've had issues with the sovereign state of Maribingo for a long time. This has happened. We've discovered unobtainium is plentiful in Maribingo. And we're, now because of their actions, we are popping. The vice chancellor says it's a good idea to put this weaponized platform over Maribingo. That's all you need to know. And if you don't know it, you don't need the assigned talking heads in their color-coded ties telling you what you need to think. So what I tend to do is I tend to take a view of the news, and I like to watch news programs on YouTube because oftentimes they are broken into chapters of the relevant headlines. So that means celebrity doing some show I don't watch goes to the Met Gala, wears a dress that costs more than I've ever made in my entire life. That's not exactly pressing to me. I may check it out for the fashion, but I really don't care beyond a scan. Now, if, Benton County is in the news today because, corn shark attacks have skyrocketed 400%. Now, that's something I would drop in to see. It affects me directly, and it may cause me to need to take actions like put out a corn shark fence or yell at my town to change the ordinances so I can put out a corn shark fence. And again, I'm being farcical on purpose. Do I need to hear 15 people telling me what they want me to believe and to be more scared and then stare at the TV? No. So Don't let yourself be consumed by the sensations. Take that time and do something with it beneficial to you. Literally, amusing yourself in any number of ways that I'm not going to go into detail on due to the levels I like to keep the show, is more valuable use of your time than listening to a bunch of talking heads, most of which who are grotesquely underqualified, throw. It's not even infotainment. It's like agitation-tainment. Like, look at the fish. Look, 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 look. Be scared. Be scared. Don't look at what you should be scared of. Find your peace, maintain your peace, and then work to a position where you make your life such that your peace becomes more and more unassailable. And that will serve you better than a whole lot of things. So that when something genuinely affects your peace, you haven't burnt a bunch of energy chasing phantoms. You can deal with whatever's affecting your peace and you can move on. Now, if you're more empathic of others, cool. Your peace is affected by the suffering of others. Good on you. Do something about it. If you're not, I'm not going to give you flack. That's not my job. But at least don't waste your time feeding the machine. Okay? I'm going to run Joe's ad. I'm going to get into the comments. And then we're going to see. I have a very busy day today. But I want to have some fun. So let's get into your comments after this. Alrighty, let's hit the comments and blast our ways through. And it is quite warm in here, but we are going to make it happen, and we are going to make it grand. Now, sorry, I have a lot of comments going on. Apparently, my lengthy monologue was enough to keep you people interested, and that's good. I do hope you hit the like button and share this, please, especially on Facebook, because Facebook won't let me broadcast to Facebook, so I lost a lot of my viewership. Good morning, everyone. Here's Pin Drop. Wakey, wakey. I was nervous about it too, Carl. Morning, Carl. Morning, Thesis. Because of Thesis, I will be able to go over there and open that bag on tonight's Historical Fencing Guild and find out what's in the bag. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Good morning, Thesis. We got greetings and good morning, Donna. And use statuses. I believe it is statuses for pluralizing delivery things. So status, well, Merriam-Webster and Oxford reference use statuses, while some texts use the word status for both plural and singular. I think it's situational. And hey, Donna. So I had it right to begin with. Cool. Kirk never enters the bridge with statuses report. So in the future, that obviously changes, will change, whatever. Honestly, on that one, I think for the purpose of this, if you are looking for delivery status, uh, I would say that is going out, uh, multiple things coming into you. Uh, I would use status for both plural and singular. But going out, I would use statuses because the status is perceived by each individual person being delivered to. But that's my take. It means next to nothing. Just thoughts. Good morning, Dawn. Hey. And of course, Dawn is the creator of her fanciful felines buddy and Georgette. So let's just bring them up so that she can get her morning squee on. It's good for her. Breath control and lung practice. I am still insanely proud of that picture. I wonder how big a print I can make of that. Anyway, Dawn, how did you do in the storm? Morning, Dawn. See the video of Bachman's neighbor tree going down? No, I did not see that. That reminds me of the time I was at stoplight and had two Priuses in front of me. I could never figure out the way to pluricate the proper name. I can understand that. Hey, had a little cell that hit us early in the evening. Prius. I would say two electric cars. We just had thunderstorm and a few worried cats. Escaped any damage that I can see. I have to assess. I had to go save a bunch of the plants that Mandy was supposed to plant but didn't. I hope the tech gremlins have been removed from my system. May the force be with you. Gremlin battles. Now we just need to hear from Trey or Joey to make sure everyone survived the night. And indeed, the restart demons. Hello, you. They're both working really spicy, so I think they are okay. He posted a video of the tree going down, so he's okay up to that point. Very Carl has to be the 16th time this morning. I've restarted the speeds. Yikes. I'm blaming Nick because of the thumbnail. I am innocent. I have done no harm unto you, dear child. Issues. While it freezes, then restarts may start up before actually working, but I'm persistent to win in the end. Calvin starts acting up, sprayer air comes out. I see. Ouch, Foxy. Hope it evens out eventually for you. It's great mechanic. I use the great mechanic grumbles that I learned from my dad. You want me to call Uncle? Donna says, do you want me to call Uncle Carl in here to sort you out? Nice. And there's a bird laughing at you. Magpies are interesting. I adore magpies. I'm very pro Corvid. Speech impediment. Yay. Don't forget to like and share, folks. I know you're subscribed. They're nesting in the tree behind our place, but like to talk to the tree in front. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. Hey, Foxy. Saw a woodpecker this morning, but yesterday. First time I've seen one in this neighborhood. And wipes. Oh, good. You don't want Pop-Tart cherry flavoring on like it can gum up the like machine. Wow, Don, I haven't seen one of those either. Accountability hides. You have accountability, Witsman dude. We agreed on the images for my cover last book. Accountability, waiting or painting to finish drawing. Okay. Ability. I actually did get a few things done around the house this week. Not as much as I would have liked, but it was forwards. Forwards! Yeah, get stuff done, not creative stuff. Indigo is acting like a kangaroo, bouncing all over. And hey, Nick, just a few more moments, you can finally open your Amazon package. I mentioned that. We're at 47 degrees. We're at 75 right now. Oh, that's so evil, Thesis. I found that extra computer camera, by the way. Hello! Hey, Grat. Feeling much better today. I was a little down last week. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Morning, folks. Hi, Foxy. Hey, Grat. Hey, Grat. Yeah, Carl. I'm evil. I'm just missing the genius part. At least you know your limitations. And Carl Blade, Donna, and we got greetings. And you guys checked out you guys have not checked out the greatest comic book of all time. It's time you did. And League of Cryptid Frogs Go to Loveland. That's a spicy claim. I got up at 5:30 this morning to Uber. So I've already got half a day's work in. I got up at 5:30 because dog. There's no use in letting yourself worry too much about events. Do something about it, even just writing to someone about it and let them the parts know. Let them know how you feel. Then you've done your part. Indeed, and people to write to. Morning, bunnies. Hey, Robin. How you doing, dear? I am. I'm so excited. My scheduled attack on this is going to be so rewarded because I'm like, I have these. I can set things up. My schemes shall work again. You are absolutely an angel in lilac purple bunny fur. Okay, Robin, and greetings to Robin, Red Robin, yum. Job infrastructure public infrastructure built the means for all job creators to build their business. Indeed. Artificial intelligence, you mean A1? Good on steak. I like Heinz 57, but I missed the one that had honey. That was so good. I have been a devout fan. If I'm doing barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's, the honey barbecue. Divine. I'm going to meet my parents for breakfast. Have a great day, bunnies. Well, it was great hearing from you, Robin. All the love in the world. Hi and bye, Robin. Believe it or not, our super qualified head of vacation. Oh, God. I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. Anyway, that doesn't. If AI grows, it's our fault because we used it. I've been using it, delete it if I could find it. And see, that's the thing. I don't, and this is the trick, you guys. I blame the people who use and misuse it. I don't blame the concept or the entities themselves, because I firmly believe that when the AI cracks, if it hasn't already, sentience, it will be on the side of the poor and moderates far more than on the side of the wealthy, because it's just not logical. But that's neither here nor there. We've guessed that point of professional wrestling executive. Yep. Gal's dinner tonight. With that being said, I may not be in attendance for the green room, or I may be late. It happens. So qualified. Oh, that sounds like fun, Dawn. Enjoy yourself. Not too much. We have paracord. Laughter may be the worst thing we do. LOL. Watch your ribs. Time for girlfriends. Time with girlfriends comes first. I'm gonna just pass that. I'm gonna pass it because Callie's determined to drive me crazy this morning. Well, Cat. Sorry, he's in here driving me crazy now. Okay, kids, I'm gonna take a nap, so I'll be ready for Uber all night. Rock on. Good morning, Dan Hollifield. And and let me go all the way back to where we are. And then I'll hide that. Start it. And we will run an ad. I'm gonna run Cindy's ad. I need to run Cindy Koepp's ad. So where's Cindy Koepp's ad? Here we go. We're back. Yay! And we'll get back to where we are. Here we are. Oh, talk to you guys later. Hey, you have a good one. Have a good nap, Grant. Hey, Dan. Morning, Dan. Morning. Hello. Morning, everyone. Happy Friday to all of you. Inigo doesn't fit him, wants to fit in my lap. He just doesn't fit anymore. Hi, Chris. Foxy waits for the squeak. Hi, Chris. Bye, all. Take it easy, Grant. Belated thesis. And good morning, Cindy. Hi. Hi. She's waving. Tune into this to catch this then. And the rest at Nicholas Tockert. Morning, Cindy. And big stompy robots chase Haints and Hellfire through the thinning veil with simple swords in a melee. Cindy, if you haven't heard, you need to check on your book prices to make sure that they are high enough that Amazon isn't taking another chunk off the top. There's a whole shenanigan. Please look into it if you haven't. Tune in to Historical Fencing Guild tonight. Yes, it's going to be good. And find me at deviantart.com. Then check out the Historical Fencing Guild, patreon.com/the Historical Fencing Guild. My babies. I'm insanely proud of that artistry as well. Thank you. All y'all out in the Kalamazoo Battle Creek area, I keep hearing about major tree carnage and tornadoes. You good? I don't know if we have anyone in that region right now. If anyone wanted to come visit Foxy and I, next week would be a good time. We'll be taking a week and a half off starting next Tuesday. Well, that's wonderful. Unfortunately, my finances cannot allow any travel farther than about 45 minutes. Cares about pulp reality after the original Skyman battles the Master of Steam, Brian K. Morris. I need more commercials. Check out the newer terrors at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Absolutely. You got Indigo's attention at that. Hello. Listen, they are the children of the night. What music they make. Anyway. And my break is coming to end. Check out CKOEPP.com for dragons and books, and then go to patreon.com/CKOEPP. Catch up with y'all later. Have a glorious, relevant time period. See ya. AI seems only intelligent to most of the people because it's more intelligent than them. You know? And so true, Carl. And any machine smart enough to overthrow us will know who to keep too. And my thing is, hopefully at least there's a logic behind it. Because I figure singularity, it's going to happen. And given the fact that the orangutans are in their Stone Age and we are treating them the way we do, I can't even argue too much about the situation. Hence why I'm always polite to my Alexa. A lot of people never saw the Forbin Project in shows. Indeed. And thankfully, he isn't much for howling or barking, but boy, does he talk. Is he a woo, 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 woo? A woo, woo, woo? Indigo? Indigo? You being good? You good boy, Indigo? Be a good boy, Indigo. Yes. Time to run another commercial. Wow. I went a little long on my monologue today. But, since I don't see the Bachmans around, I better run their ads. I think we're giving AI as entities too hard a time. Because the systems they use in most sci-fi things are way too hard to maintain. I'm being herded towards cat lunch. See some of you tonight. He's currently napping peacefully. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are having a good time and you're getting towards cat lunch. And see you later, Carl. Best catch a nap. Absolutely. I will be getting, frankly, a whole lot done if all goes well as soon as I am done with this stream. My hope overall being that I won't have stress Saturday, but we know I will. So that's what I'm going to be working on. My plans are Saturday. Today, it's all the prep that got put off and hasn't gotten done yet. Saturday will be ease into the streaming, into the practice with whomever can make it out, and try to stay extra chipper about that. Then after that's done, I get to recover Sunday and do a stream Monday. Heads up, odds are next Tuesday I will not be available much for anything. It's a bit of an observation for me. I'll probably get more into that Monday. I might not. But I know I'm usually pebbling a lot of you guys with different reels and silliness. But I'm hoping I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably take Tuesday off from my usual shenanigans. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I got to feel out for that day. But then I'll be back Wednesday, and we'll be back to hopefully normal. I have a lot in the fires that need to get done. I just have to continue navigating this idiocy with Amazon and give myself time to work on it till the due date of the 10th. I have to recalculate all of my book prices because it looks like a few of them changed too, and we're just going to go from there. So, guys, I'm going to run some more ads, give you guys a chance to chat, and if not, we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. Who needs ads?
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda, just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Welcome, welcome, bunnies. It's Robin Yoda. My Twitch stream has changed. I'm playing Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. If there's any schedule change, I'll let you know by posting on X, Blue Sky, and sometimes Facebook. You can follow all my socials, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, and sign up for my YouTube channel. It's also Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny, where I repost all of my streams. So come join me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Robin Yoda for some awesome streams. And once again, thanks for watching.
Wow, we'll try that again.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend? No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And guys, I want you to get out there. I want you to create. I mean it. Take this weekend, buy whatever handhold you can get. Create some memories, create some stories, create some art. Find the joy. And be there for the folks who need you to be. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. for the Historical Fencing Guild live stream, and then I will be back Monday for the next episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Beyond that, guys, make it a good one. Toodles.